What's up, guys? Welcome to the first video in GPT-3, in other words, ChatGPT, which is nowadays very famous. It's exploded around the internet. Everyone's talking about the GPT-3. So in this video, we're gonna explain to you guys what GPT is, what is GPT-3, and then we're gonna briefly explain to you guys about the GPT. GPT stands for generative pre-trained transformers, and nowadays that's a version 3, and with the chat gpts they came in the version 3.5. So the gpt is moving towards version 4, which is going to come soon in this year, but we're going to see, we have to understand what the actually gpt is, why we need the gpt, and we're going to see the history of the GPT, and we're going to see which models the GPT use, because GPT is artificial intelligence, as you guys know. Why I'm talking about artificial intelligence, as you guys going to see here, all these photos here, it says GPT-3 for live chat. How to build GPT-3 chatbot with Python. So they're using Python. Why they using the build the GPT-3 with the Python? Because GPT-3 built inside the NLP, natural language processing, which is the Python library for machine learning or artificial intelligence. And GPT-3 is completely written in Python. As you guys follow my videos about Python, which we started from the video 1 all the way to video 66 from scratch, and I have covered every aspects of the Python procedural programming, and I have started another playlist with Python object-oriented programming, our Python OOP, which you guys are more than welcome to go and check every single videos. I have explained about the classes, about the objects, how to create objects, what is constructor, what is objects in Python, how to create multiple objects, and I just uploaded another video which at the recording of this video, how to destroy or object destruction inside the Python object-oriented programming. So if you're guys interested about the object-oriented programming in Python, you guys more than welcome to go and check the Python OOP, our object-oriented programming. All right, so first thing first, we're going to talk about the GPT, because you guys are learning Python, because I know you guys have followed all my videos through the Python procedural programming all the way to Python object-oriented programming, and you guys now are the most advanced levels of Python. And soon I'm going to start the artificial intelligence and machine learning with Python, and then I'm intending to start the Scrappy, which is another library inside the Python, how to go and crawl the websites and bring all the contents of the website, which I have I believe that was video 50 or 56, 55 or 56 in Python procedural programming. I have covered very brief about the crawling and tokenization, things like that, but I haven't covered the whole. But I'm gonna, after this machine learning and artificial intelligence, I'm gonna start the Scrappy, which is very famous Python library to go and crawl the websites, and you guys can create your own mini search engine. All right, so as I said, the NLP is a very famous Python library for artificial intelligence and machine learning, and GPT is using that library. GPT is completely written in Python, and you heavily dependent on the NLP, which is natural language processing. As you guys know, that the Python is one of the most favorite and one of the most popular languages when it comes to machine learning and artificial intelligence, because all the scientist community, all the engineering community, all the computer engineers, and everyone uses Python, be it mathematician, engineers, doctors, genomes, whatever, hospitals, clinics, x-ray machines, all these devices that are scanning human body, human brain, whatever you guys can think of, they use Python. So everyone and everybody in every field, they use Python. Why everyone uses Python? Because Python is very easy language to understand, very easy to write, and everyone, even with the basic knowledge, can write Python. As long as you guys understand the object-oriented programming, procedural programming, you guys can understand Python, and you guys can write your code without any hassle. All right, so, and the GPT is, as I said, written in Python NLP, natural language processing. So understanding Python is crucial, or is necessary when if you guys want to create your own chatbot, or you guys want to create your own say NLP application, or if you guys want to build another chat GPT. But we're going to go through step by step. First in this video we're going to explain what GPT is, and then later on in the course we're going to go through the history, who created the history, and then we're going to go on the creators of the NLP, because NLP is a free and open source, and the GPT is also was I'm not saying now because they are putting license and they're putting, say, subscription, things like that. That's what Elon Musk, which is the co-founder of the GPT, he's extremely angry because now that the guy is there at the GPT, Elon Musk, I believe he quit OpenAI, and the guys, the remaining guys, they are trying to profit from from something which was created, say, free and open source. They now, I believe GPT is asking for like $20 a month, something like that, because they think this is one of the most interesting, one of the most successful piece of what do you call that, technology that has ever built in artificial intelligence. So what is NLP? NLP is a code behind this ChatGPT, because NLP is like language processing, and it's a semantic analysis. You can do anything with NLP. You can create your own chatbot. You can create, say, whatever GPT can do, you can do it in NLP. Like GPT is not something came from the sky, or they didn't come from out of nowhere, or didn't come, say, it's not something that you guys think it's impossible to build. Yes, it's possible. You guys can build your own GPT, generative pre-processing transformer, and I'm going to explain to you guys when I go through bit by bit what is actually GPT, because the word G stands for generative, and P, pre-trained, and T stands for transformer. So there are three models here. You can see the name, but the name is a code for three models: generative, pre-trained, transformer, and that's a version 3. And we're gonna go straight away inside the website. I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna go log in, and how to test the model, and how to use the API in a future videos. Okay, so in this video, as I said, it's very, very impressive. You can see here there's a robots, and there's that's OpenAI. And what is OpenAI? OpenAI is a website, is a company that is the creators of this ChatGPT. So when you talk with the ChatGPT, I have tested, the ChatGPT is actually aware that this OpenAI is their creator, is the company that manages the ChatGPT. All right, so we're gonna go here inside the ChatGPT. Is as I said, that's OpenAI, and they are the OpenAI.com. That's their blog, ChatGPT, because through this blog they are introducing this ChatGPT to the internet, to the public. And you're going to see here there is that's how there is a prompt here, that we're going to see what prompt is, and there is a labeler here, and this is the data used for fine-tuned GPT 3.5 with the supervised learning. And we're going to go through the machine learning. We're going to see what is supervised learning, what is unsupervised learning, what is reinforcement learning, what is regression, what is NLP, natural language processing, and we're going to through that we're going to go through each one by one in the future videos. Okay, so here, as you guys going to see here, ChatGPT is version 3.5 of the GPT. It used to be only GPT-1, GPT-2, GPT-3, and GPT got a huge library. Because if you guys are aware of if you guys got any knowledge of the machine learning, what machine learning they do is that we feed the data, say customers data, say we feed a collection of the data. Say if I working for a trucking company, or if I working for car company, and the car got 2 million cars, and I want to see what is the car models, who's going to buy these models. My car models, whatever the car, if it's the car second hand or brand new, whatever, you guys going to see in everyday life in all the car yards. So I'm going to feed the data to the machine learning, and the machine learning I'm going to train the machine on my data. So once the machine is trained, then I'm going to say, look, show me which customer is going to be coming back, which is my customers has actually spent a lot of money on my cars, which customer spent a lot of money on which car. So then the machine learning is going to predict that this customer is XYZ spent this much money on this car, and this customer XYABC spent this much money on this model, and there is highly likely that this customer is going to come back, and there is highly likely you can send the feedback to the customer or ask for response, and the customers are going to highly likely is going to say buy this car. This is a machine learning, because I'm going to train my model. And ChatGPT is a generative. As I said, there's a model because it generates text. It's a pre-trained, because the company OpenAI, they already trained this model. So you guys don't need to do the training, because the model has already learned. And the last one is transformer. So the transformer models is neural networks from the core of deep learning. Their name and structure are inspired by a human brain. So they are mimicking the way that biological neurons signal to one another. So inside the human body we have neurons, and one neuron by itself, they can do anything amazing. But if you combine like billions, millions and billions of neurons, then they gonna spread all over body. They're gonna go through your they're going to connect all your sensation to your brain, all your digestive system to your brain, liver function to your brain. Say they're going to send message all the time to the brain around the clock in our body. So even small tingling or small sensation you guys feel, say if you're in your foot or in your thumb, or you can see your small sensation anywhere inside your body. So this is the neurons. So and transformer models are as I said, it's neural networks from the core of the deep learning. Don't be confused, it's not like a biological something like a human network. No, it's just a machine, that machine learning which the guys at the Python they built exactly the same model that they built on all this, as I said, that their name and structure are inspired by human brain, mimicking the way that biological neurons signal to one another. A neural network is a network or a circuit of neurons working in tandem. Neural networks innovations can improve the model performance and downstream tasks. And artificial intelligence, as I said, scientists continuously work, like in Python, on new architectures for neural network. And as I said, one of them is natural language processing, or NLP as we know it today. So the transformer is machine learning model that process a sequence of text all at once instead of word at a time, and it has a powerful mechanism to understand the connection between the words. So it has in another way, when you guys write something, say challenge, then it predicts what the next word is going to be. So because it predicts the next word, say if you say hi, then it's going to predict that hi means how are you. Then when you ask how are you, he says I'm pretty much fine, because that's a transformer. That one's predict the next word. So this is the GPT. That's what the guys there at OpenAI, they found out that NLP is very powerful, and NLP can predict the next word. NLP transformer model, that's why they create this GPT. So GPT is a generative pre-trained transformer. As I said, there is 3 models here. Alright, so here there is a lot of information, just one small part here. It says ChatGPT optimizing language models. So by now you guys should understand what models is. For dialogue, as I said, for transformer, helps NLP or machine learning to find the next word for dialogue, because dialogue is a two-way conversation between say human to humans, or say humans to say any other species. Say for example, if you're trying to talk to your dog's gonna do say bark or something, but the dogs can't talk to you back because they're in different species. But when you talk to machine is going to respond, because machines have a transformer. The transformer in the model, NLP model, is going to predict the next word that you guys, what the next word should be. Say for example, if you guys you're asking the machines. As I said before, that GPT has a huge corpus of text. Say what is a corpus? Corpus is data, the words inside the data, the text that is stored inside their data. So it's not a 1 gigabytes or 2 gigabytes or 3 gigabytes. It's a lot of petabytes of words there. So it's some folks, they say it's 57 billion words there. It's 57 billion text there. So a human, as if you want to compare it to a normal human, say male or female, in human, whether it's a male or female, in his or her entire lifetime, they uses 1 billion words. 1 billion means when they talk, when they write, even doesn't matter if they're writing a book, be whatever, scientist, whatever, they he or she is going to write 1 billion, our talk, our hear, whatever you can combine all these words is going to be roughly around 1 billion. And ChatGPT, they have a 57 billion words in its database. So this machine, ChatGPT, is trained for 57 billion words, so 57 times than the normal human, what the human talks. So imagine the power of the ChatGPT. If you train a model which on the 57 billion words, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a huge model that is already learned 57 billion text, so it knows 57 times more than you and me. And that's why you guys going to see inside every now and then in the videos, the impressive videos, that the guy is writing the code, the guy is writing essays, very easy, within seconds or within minutes. The ChatGPT is going to write for you guys a code. Or if you ask a poem, it's going to give you poem straight away within few seconds. If you want a poem for your loved ones, or for your sons and daughters, or for your wife, or for whatever, for your mom and dad, and the ChatGPT is going to give you guys the most complicated poems within seconds. And that's, guys, sometimes this one brings a problem, because for academic purposes or for schools and colleges, this sort of type of things is a problem, because people's gonna come here and abuse this ChatGPT. And also ChatGPT is it has a lot of good sides. It helps people and impress everybody. It has a bad side as well, which we're going to discuss in future videos. And the bad ones, like they go and review the sites which they don't like, and the ChatGPT is going to put all the negative review for say the website, and can ruin someone's business. And without the human intervention, the machine goes there and going to write all these words, negative words, because once you direct the machine to go and do, say, for spam, things like that, then this is going to be the negative side effect of the going to be ChatGPT, which we're going to discuss in the future videos. And we're going to see how to prevent that, because ChatGPT, you can use it for fake news as well. You can easily use for fake news, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to use it for fake news, because nowadays fake news is a big problem for journalism. You can write, say, President Vladimir Putin's got a cancer, and he's in, for example, this and that hospital, and everyone's going to believe that because everyone's biased nowadays towards, say, Russia, with a biased brain, and they're going to pick up your story, which is a fake story or fake news, and they're gonna go there and gonna propagate to the big news. Say, for example, if I go and say Joe Biden through my ChatGPT is very ill, or say, for example, Joe Biden's happens to this, blah blah, which I know that's a fake. But if I train the ChatGPT, go and spread this news, imagine what's going to happen to American economy, or American stock exchange, or military, whatever. Because this is the bad side of the ChatGPT, because you can use it for good purposes, and you can use it for bad purposes. That's what the Elon Musk, which is the co-creator of this ChatGPT, he initially, with other folks, they created the GPT, which was the free and open version. And then later on, this guys, he quit, because the guys decided to put this ChatGPT for, say, for example, for money, for subscription. Now I believe the subscription is $20 a month. You guys can go and check inside this the website. Okay, so it says that we've trained a model called ChatGPT. As I said, this has a 57 billion plus corpus of text, which is already inside this database, is already trained. That's what is called P, stands for pre-trained, which interacts with a conversational way. In conversational way means is acts like a human, as like NLP, natural language processing inside Python. The dialogue format makes it possible for ChatGPT to answer follow-up questions, admit its mistakes, challenge incorrect premises, and reject inappropriate requests. ChatGPT is a sibling model of the Instruct GPT, which is the trained to follow an instruction in a prompt and provide a detailed response. As I said to you guys, once you guys learn the NLP, natural language processing inside the Python, then you guys can be able to make, say for example, a very simple model, like to follow your instruction, because you guys, whatever you guys gonna see is gonna analyze, and once you guys gonna, say for example, train your model, and especially if you guys gonna go into transforming model, then T stands for transforming model, then we're gonna go through the neural networks. As I said, the neural network is the core of deep learning and machine learning. And as I said that I'm going to repeat again that the neural network, the name in structure are inspired by human brain. And now we're gonna go here in ChatGPT inside the Wikipedia, because Wikipedia is one of the, briefly can tell you guys straight away what something is. So ChatGPT, if it sounds alien to you guys, as I said, it's generative pre-trained transformer, is a chatbot launched by OpenAI, which is a company, in November 2022, which is 3.5. It was built on top of OpenAI GPT-3 family of large language models, and is fine-tuned an approach to transfer learning with both supervised and reinforcement learning techniques. ChatGPT was launched as a prototype on November 3, 2022. And quickly spreads, and you guys going to see here nowadays that the OpenAI is valued around 29 billion US dollar. And even the Microsoft is investing like billions inside this OpenAI, because Microsoft loves it. And to be honest with you, Google has its own NLP, and Google's are technically Google's should be the master inside the NLP, because the search inside the Google is also uses the NLP, semantic analysis inside the NLP. And it says that using supervised learning and as well as reinforcement learning. And once we start the machine learning, then we're going to go in supervised learning and unsupervised learning, and we're going to go in the reinforcement learning, and we're going to see each model. So that's a model they're going to train that one as a supervised learning and reinforcement learning, this model. And they are, because GPT is already pre-trained, that's what it can write poems, it can talks to you like a normal human, and can do anything like a normal human they do. And this guy is here is CEO in Sam Altman. And you're gonna, if you guys want to read here inside the Wikipedia, you guys can you're more than welcome to come and read in here. And you're going to see here that ChatGPT on students' mindment, and is nowadays becoming a big problem for schools and academics and colleges, because students go there and using ChatGPT, subscribe and using ChatGPT. Keep in mind that the free version of the GPT, which we're going to start soon, is you guys are allowed 256 something words for free. Other than that, you guys need to assign this one. And this guy here, Sundar Pichai, I think this guy's CEO of the Google. So Google also panicking here in December 2022. Google internally expressed alarm over the unexpected strength of the ChatGPT and the newly discovered potential of the large language model to disrupt the search engine business, because nowadays everyone's saying that the ChatGPT is going to compete with Google. So because it's also used in a search engine, as I said, Google also uses the NLP for its semantic analysis, and we're going to show you guys in a future video what is semantic analysis, and how the NLP goes there after the words, and how the analysis of the NLP works on a normal language. Because NLP, as we said, is just like a text. It goes on trains on the text and whatever. And when you go into Google's search engine is a text-based search engine, because it checks your search and looks for the documents, corpus of the documents. And once you guys type something in Google, and the Google goes there and checks its index, inverted index, and checks for the most relevant the words what you guys looking for. And through this NLP, Google search engine going to predict what's the most likely words that you guys after, what you guys looking for. So this is the NLP, as I said, is most useful, and the Google also uses, every search engine uses. If you guys want to say you want to create search engine, you guys are better be prepared to learn this NLP.